Hello and welcome to another Waiting for Next Year video. This is part two, talking about the Browns here in the first couple weeks of training camp. I've got Joe Gerberry on the other end of the interwebs talking to me. Part one was about quarterbacks and about the offense, which I know is always a point of interest. But today we're going to get down and dirty, talk about the lines, talk about the defense. Joe, welcome.
How you doing, Jeff?
Great. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you joining us here at Waiting for Next Year. I'm very excited about the addition. So let's get right into it. The offensive line obviously had a lot of high-priced and high-profile additions the offseason. But how do you feel as the unit as a whole? And are there any guys that kind of are the linchpin to you?
I mean, obviously it starts and ends with left tackle. So Thomas is healthy, and he hasn't missed a snap ever. You don't imagine there's any problems there. But with Treader and with Zeitler coming in, those guys are definitely going to help solidify. So what it comes down to, Batonia is coming back from health and coming back much sooner than expected. I think that a lot of us expected him to maybe be a little bit behind at the beginning of the year, but the Liz Frank injury seems to be going really great. So it all comes down to then the right tackle, which at this point in time looks like reports coming out are saying that it looks like maybe Sean Coleman will be that right tackle. As I covered earlier this week, he's actually been splitting time at left tackle because they've been giving Thomas rest early in the training camp here and allowing for Cam Irving to get some snaps there at right tackle. Hugh Jackson also has said throughout the whole training camp so far that both guys are doing a great job. They're actually really happy with the progression that Cam has had moving over to the tackle from center. I mean, he has a first round pedigree of being a great blocker. He just never really put it together at center. So to see him over at tackle doing well is a sign of life. So anything out of him would be great.
Great. Switching sides of the field, looking at the defensive line real quick, you're adding Myles Garrett to a line that is young and full of a lot of talent. Danny Shelton finally flashed last year. There's a couple of rookies like Agua that flashed some signs of life and look like they could be pieces, and you're adding that kind of elite talent to that. What do you think we'll see from that defensive line this year?
So I think we're going to see a lot of changes. With Greg Williams being in there, you'll see a 4-3 defense, a lot more than you did last year, which is great. You'll see Myles Garrett with his hand on the ground, Agbo with his hand on the ground, Naseeb will be rushing in from the edges. I think we've seen some good improvement out of Danny Shelton so far on the defensive line. So everything should be good. I don't see really any problems. I think it'll be definitely a focal point and a strength of the defense going forward.
So what do you think about the defense as a whole? That was a unit that struggled a decent amount last year, but obviously adding a pass rush to that unit will go a long way. The linebacker core seemed to strengthen out a little bit last year, and secondary is still a bit of a question, but you're adding some pieces there. So what do you expect from the defense as a whole?
Defense as a whole, I definitely think you're going to see some improvement across the line. I think the added aggression from Greg Williams, kind of pun intended a little bit, but I think it will go a long way. There's a quote that I read from Greg Williams that I love that actually I send to my dad pretty much every day now. He said, with the linebackers, if you can't, you only have three things you got to do. And if you can't do those, you're not on my team. It's find ball, see ball, get ball. That's it. So, I mean, I think we have a good group of linebackers, and they are, obviously headlined by Collins and Kirksey. I think we'll definitely see some turnovers on our defense as opposed to years previous that have been kind of just a bend but don't break defense that just gives up a lot of yards, doesn't get off the field, and eventually just gives up a lot of points at the end. I think we may see a little bit more aggressiveness, a little bit more takeaways. We'll definitely see more sacks from the defensive line, more from a 4-3 to 3-4. You'll see those from the line rather than the linebackers. As far as the secondary, I think Jabrill Peppers will definitely be a good addition to that secondary. It remains to be seen how they're going to use him. He profiles as more of a Thomas Davis, Troy Polamalu type of strong safety rather than a center fielder. But even that has value in this day and age. So,
do you expect Peppers to make an impact as a rookie? Do you think he's got a learning curve, or do you think with his athleticism and just his instincts that he'll be able to play at a high level here as a rookie?
Absolutely. I think the way that Williams is going to use him will definitely keep him on the field and productive. I definitely think that he has the athleticism to come in from day one and give really good production right out the gate.
Great. All right. I think everybody's excited to see these guys. I think everybody's excited to see their new toys on the field with Garrett and Peppers. So, Joe, thank you for joining us. I think we're all excited to watch what happens here coming up in week 1. And, we'll definitely have you back on throughout the season to talk Browns.
Awesome. Sounds good, Jeff.
Thanks, everybody, for joining us again. As we're waiting for next year video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And we'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.